Hello, and welcome to the Underpaid Gamers Podcast. My name is Tony. This is Justin.
Hey.
Today we're going to talk about video games.
That's right.
Theme song. Today we're talking about Watch Dogs 2, The Arrival. That's not a subtitle. The movie
That's
called The Arrival.
The movie Arrival, and a little bit of Everyone's Gone to the Rapture.
And I guess some other things.
Yeah. So let's get into the news segment.
News.
There's so many. Tony and I did the same thing we've been doing multiple times, where we write the same thing on the newscast. And I firmly believe that I wrote this first.
You might have. You probably did.
Because I was freaking out. And I posted it on here. For all you Star Wars fans out there, your favorite couple was a real one. Bum, bum, bum.
Obi-Wan, Padme.
Not that one. Carrie Fisher in her novel...
Wait, who's that?
Carrie Fisher. Han Solo. No, I'm just kidding. Carrie Fisher is Princess Leia. She had a little fling thing.
A fling thing.
As a 19-year-old with Harrison Ford, 15 years older than her.
Ooh, 34.
Awkward. He was also married at the time. Awkward.
Yeah.
She released it in her diaries.
Wait.
That she just published.
What movie did this take place before? Or after?
This is after, I believe, episode 4. I was just reading something saying that...
So before Slave Leia.
So before Slave Leia, and also before she kisses him in Empire Strikes Back. I love you. I know. That scene, I was like, dude, what if they were in the middle of it right then?
Too true.
Oh my gosh. But then it wasn't. It was before then. But pretty saucy nonetheless.
Saucy. Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford.
There it is. Real thing. For 3 months.
What a thing.
Crazy.
What a time to be alive.
This is an amazing time. Star Wars is coming out. And that's all I got, because that's kind of a weird thing to be excited about. I don't know how I feel. Like, they had an affair. What? I don't know if I should be excited about that. I don't think I am.
You don't think you are? Or you don't think you should be?
I'm not excited about it. But I also want to believe that they were in love the entire time.
That makes it better.
That does make it better. Because it wasn't just like a one-night stand.
For some reason,
I don't know.
It better.
Something in here is not realistic, and I think it's my judgment.
Speaking of Space Odysseys,
let's do it.
Guardians of the Galaxy. It's being made into a video game.
Exciting.
By everyone's favorite
story person.
Telltale Games.
Yeah.
I made a video on our YouTube channel, Underpaid Gamers, on YouTube, of 5 games that we wish Marvel were making.
Yeah.
And there's a Guardians of the Galaxy game on there, and it's not Telltale. Telltale, people love it. I've actually never played a Telltale game.
I actually haven't either.
People love them, but they're also all very the same. Yeah. Like they do The Walking Dead, they do Game of Thrones, they do Batman now, they've done Borderlands, and now they're doing Guardians of the Galaxy. There's so many other different game types you can make a good Guardians of the Galaxy game out of that you don't need. Like, Telltale shouldn't be making this. Like, there's so many other Marvel characters that Telltale could be making games for.
Yeah.
I don't think Guardians is one of them. I also think it's weird to make a Guardians game just because the only reason they're popular is because of one movie and another movie coming out.
Yeah.
Whereas there's so many other, like, rich Marvel characters that that have been popular for so long.
Right. Or that maybe they would pick one that isn't in the Marvel universe yet. That'd be interesting. Like pulling a character that probably won't be in the MCU, but it's still like an awesome character that people will like.
Oh, the MCU.
Yeah.
Not the Marvel universe. The Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
Okay. Perhaps. That makes more sense. Yeah. See, that would be fun.
I think it'd be cool.
I think there's a lot of other options that they could do. I think it's a waste for them to do this with Guardians. And go watch the video and see what kind of Guardians of the Galaxy game I said we should get. Because I think it's a good one.
Cool.
Space exploration. Very much unlike No Man's Sky.
Very much unlike. We're just going to be able to poop on that game for so long.
I have been since it was announced.
I know you have. I just recently joined you in the next stall over. This is a weird analogy. Oh, man.
But you wanted to take it at face value.
I wanted it to be a real thing. I hoped for it to be a good thing. I gave it its due. I put a lot of hours into it.
You want those hours back?
Yeah.
Give me a refund on my time, Hello
Probably.
Games.
I would like I would like to. I mean, I would say probably the first half I'd be fine. Second half I was like, all right, I'm just pushing now towards the center of the universe. And then I stopped playing because I got tired of just doing the same thing over and over again. And then you told me, and now I deleted the data from my PS4, and I'm not going to play that game again.
Except for the fact that you still have the trophy list on your account. People can still see it. That's why I deleted it. That's why I deleted mine.
No.
I hid mine. I never got that first trophy.
Yeah, there's a video of Tony playing it for the first time and me commentating the entire time on YouTube, and he doesn't even get off the first planet because he didn't want the trophy.
Because, as it turns out, if you have 0% trophy in any video game, you can delete that from your trophy list, even though you've played it.
Yeah.
And I knew I wasn't going to want to play No Man's Sky anymore. So I was desperately trying to not get that first trophy.
I was like, why don't you just go to another planet? And he went, nope.
No!
We're staying here. Oh, man. What do you want to talk about now?
We can talk about Infinite Warfare and some things, professional opinions that's going on there.
Yeah.
From the professional scene, first of all, Call of Duty, there's 2, maybe 3 esports that I follow.
Mm-hmm.
Melee is the primary one.
Yes.
And then Call of Duty, and then Overwatch now. My favorite Call of Duty team is Optic Gaming.
Yep.
They're also probably the most well-known at this point. Maybe Optic Gaming and FaZe. Things like that. The team captain of Optic Gaming has not been very pleased with Infinite Warfare, the most recent installment of Call of Duty. He goes on to say, this is Scumper Jumper. Seth Abner.
Nice. Scumper Jumper.
That's his YouTube name.
Nice.
Scumper Jumper.
I love it.
Scumpy, as some people call him, I think his official name is Scumpy, but Seth. He says that IW is, quote, sloppy and unpolished. He prefers Modern Warfare Remastered.
Big surprise.
To the Infinite Warfare, as most people do. And he even goes on to say that Infinite Warfare is the worst Call of Duty game made.
Oh, wow. That's got a comparison against a lot of Call of Duties.
Yeah. And he's like, this is literally his job, to compete in this game. And he just doesn't want to do it. To go along with that, the team and the organization, Optic Gaming, are not going to PlayStation Experience, PSX. There is a Call of Duty tournament there, but they decided not to go because of a low prize pool and just general frustrations with the game of Infinite Warfare. So there's a tournament at PSX, which is nice. It's fun to see that. I don't remember the exact number of the prize pool, but the first place team barely gets enough money to pay for their expenses to get there.
Yeah, that's not fair.
So essentially they're saying, like,
it's not worth it.
Why would, like, it's great that you have this at PSX, but make the price pool worth it for people to show up.
Yeah. Let them cover their expenses.
This is coming after a good year in Black Ops 3, essentially. There are some hiccups mechanically with Black Ops 3 competitive scene, whereas, like, because the PS4's remote control, the controller itself is a Bluetooth.
Yeah.
There's people's phones somewhat get in the way. It can mess up with the controllers. So the professionals can no longer use Sony controllers. They have to use these Chronos Maximus controllers, I believe is what they're called, which are wired. Yeah. And I think the Bluetooth is just completely removed. Because Sony hasn't made a wired controller. They have to go off-brand. Yeah. And that's how everybody plays. And they blame Sony for that, and, I mean, technically it's Sony's fault.
Sony should be accommodating, I think, to esports. That would only help them. Yeah.
But that was like the biggest frustration with Black Ops 3. And now Infinite Warfare is just so many different things. Infinite Warfare itself is down 50% in sales from Black Ops 3.
From where Black Ops 3 was in the current timeline of their release.
Which is like 2 weeks after release.
Yeah.
Which is when you sell the most copies of games.
Right, it was in the first 2 weeks. We talked about that in the last episode.
Yeah. So, and that's not, and some people are like, well, actually, that stat refers to the fact of it's comparing only Xbox One and PS4 and PC to only Xbox One, PS4, and PC of Black Ops 3. So Black Ops 3 was on PS3 and 360. Yeah. They took those numbers out. Don't count those.
They don't even count.
Now the 50% is comparing only the things that count. And it's still down 50%, including the fact that Modern Warfare Remastered is on there. Because you have to get Black Ops, or you have to get Infinite Warfare to get Modern Warfare Remastered. Yeah. So people are, from what I can tell,
people are essentially buying it just to get
Modern Warfare Remastered. There was some push to have Modern Warfare Remastered be the competitive title. Yeah. And maybe that will be towards the end of the year. Yeah. But I know at PSX, it's officially Infinite Warfare and Activision and Sony have advertised that Infinite Warfare is going to be the esport of the year. So people are hoping that what am I trying to say? People are hoping that next year is finally going to be the boots on the ground game that everyone keeps talking. No jetpacks is what that means.
Yeah.
And we're looking at Twitch right now, and we can see that Infinite Warfare is down here. Do you see the other Call of Duty?
I see Destiny above it.
Modern Warfare Remastered is actually below Infinite Warfare on streamers. But it looks like the highest person is France on Infinite Warfare.
Yeah.
With the most popular. Destiny is our favorite segment.
Where is Destiny?
On Twitch.
On Twitch. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There it is.
Destiny right above RuneScape.
And right Twitch. Underneath chess.
Yeah.
And Planet Coaster.
Dude, Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
I've been watching... whenever I have a couple minutes, I watch people play it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that makes me really want to play a Pokemon game. Maybe not necessarily that one.
Right.
But I was thinking...
Like any Pokemon
I was thinking about today, like, picking back up Pokemon the Omega Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, for like a good couple hours, I'm like, man, I could just like watch Netflix, play this Pokemon game, and have a really good time.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about it more, and I'm like, the reason I stopped playing that game is because it got way too easy. And I'm just like, this isn't any fun. Like, it's no challenging. And it's also a long game.
Really?
It can be. Anyway, so the professionals, the people that play Infinite Warfare
and
for
money.
a living,
right, are
very unhappy with it. Scump actually went on to say that if the next Call of Duty is not boots on the ground, he's going to quit. He's going to retire. And he's young. He's like 19, 20? No, I think he just turned 21.
What's he going to do instead?
I mean, he has a...
Move to another game or move
to another game, but he also has over a million subs on YouTube.
So he could just
do YouTube.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are not satisfied with Infinite Warfare. We'll see what happens. They said... if I can remember some specific things about why Infinite Warfare sucks is when you make a custom game, and you're in a custom game lobby, you can't see which map is being loaded. So, like, when you go to map select screen, someone's always in charge, someone's always the host. They select the map, but the other people that are in the lobby can't tell what it is, so they can't, like, plan strategy for it.
That's weird.
Which is weird. And then there's also, I don't know. I don't have Infinite Warfare, so I can't be specific. I gave it the good old compliment sandwich on the YouTube.
Yeah, you did.
That was on the beta.
It was a messy sandwich if I've ever seen one.
Sometimes messy sandwiches are good.
You guys should definitely watch that video because it'll be a good chuckle just by itself. I laughed. I laughed when I watched that video.
Good.
That was good.
Anyway, so that's Infinite Warfare. That's some of the professional thoughts. I'm personally very interested to see where this goes in the future, what people think of it. Maybe this game gets a patch and it gets fixed. Maybe they just leave it in the dust and only play Modern Warfare Remastered. Yeah. I'm also interested to see how far from November it's going to take for them to release Modern Warfare Remastered by itself. I would say probably like January.
Yeah. I'd give it a couple months. Probably after Christmas. You want to get all those Christmas sales in, you know? Or try to, at least.
Yeah. You wrote some things about Mario.
Yeah, I did. So Mario, part of the thing with iPhone 7 is they advertised it with a Mario Run app.
iPhone 6?
The most recent one.
iPhone 6.
iPhone 6. Is it iPhone 6?
Yeah. People are talking about the iPhone 7 already.
Oh, okay. Well, the most recent one, I believe they've been talking about, they released it with that, showing a video of it, and the date has finally been released of the Mario Run app, which has caused investors to buy up some stock in the company because this one, apparently there's a much easier way for Nintendo to make money off of it compared to Pokemon Go, which people...
Nintendo
didn't actually make it.
Own Pokemon Go?
Yeah, but the stock... You saw what the stocks did. So
like 28% at the most.
The day they announced it, in reaction, the markets jumped by 5%. The market price of Nintendo stock went up by 5% that day. So just pretty nice little bump they got there from this app.
Now they're probably back even with the Switch being announced. And drop 6%.
We'll see. We'll see how it ends up going. But
along with that,
let's go.
Breath of the Wild has been delayed.
I know. Oh man, when I heard this, I was like, really? You're gonna delay the Zelda game with your new console coming out?
So it was supposed to come out in March. Now it's delayed past March. The Switch is still coming out in March, but it won't have a Zelda game to go with it. But also, Pokemon Sun and Moon, as we were just talking about, will have a Switch version. So Pokemon Sun and Moon came out like last week, November.
Right.
And then 6 months down the road, they're going to release another copy for the Switch. Like, what? Like, what is Nintendo doing?
I don't know.
Nintendo's one of those companies that you're like, you give the benefit of the doubt. But I've been giving them the benefit of the doubt for so long now that maybe I should look at them at face value and be like, you guys don't know what you're doing.
It just seems weird, their strategies. I mean, they've gone into more mobile markets. From what I've read, they're trying to do more pushing mobile gaming because literally everyone is a mobile gamer, like moms and dads and grandmas, like everyone is. So they're trying to move into that space because they're really recognizable as a brand. But why are you doing that at the expense of everything else? It seems like everything else is just starting to fall by the wayside. Maybe I'm reading too much into this, but I don't know. Breath of the Wild is like a pretty big game.
But it's also coming on the Wii U.
Yeah, so like how is that even an incentive to buy the Nintendo Switch? I don't know.
Because nobody has a Wii U?
I mean, that's probably good, but their hardcore fans are the Wii U people. We're probably going to buy it no matter what anyways. I don't know.
Breath of the Wild looks fun, I guess. I haven't watched any gameplays or things. I know some people are obsessed with it. Some people are like, it's bigger than Skyrim. And I'm like, cool. So what?
Yeah.
Will it be as dense as Skyrim? No. There's no dialogue in this
There's no way.
I mean, there is, but...
Yeah. So speaking of game companies...
Game companies?
Sony had some issues in the last few weeks.
You want me to click on this link?
If you want to. There's over 100, I believe, accounts in the UK were hacked, and they lost all of their ability to... Or they essentially lost all the money in their account, and sometimes they got banned, depending on what the hackers did within theirs. And Sony originally, at first... did not even accept it as a possibility that they had been hacked because there were no signs of it on their end, apparently. And so they essentially said, don't give your passwords out and don't plug in your credentials in advertisements and other websites, which are like all the common sense dumb stuff that of course you're not going to do that. But that's what they said.
Some people still do that, obviously.
So over 100 people have complained about it, lost their account, or... they logged into their account and all their money was gone. Like if they had like a PSN balance, it was all gone.
I have a $10 PSN balance. I don't think I've ever put a credit card on my PSN account.
I never have either. I don't do it on... Well,
here's a little trick.
Yeah.
Go to Amazon and you can buy digital codes of PSN.
Yeah.
So put your card on Amazon, because I do that. Who doesn't do that?
Right, it's Amazon.
Right?
Come on.
You can buy digital codes, and as soon as you purchase it, it emails you the code like 5 minutes later.
Yep.
Faster than going to the supermarket down the road.
Right.
Safer than putting your card on Sony on any gaming thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just do that.
I mean, I normally do it at the grocery store when I'm grocery shopping. If I do it,
Kroger.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing. But either way, kind of a big deal. But nobody was really talking about it except for BBC News. So I thought I'd share a little bit of
I didn't see this.
The British gamers out there. And I know we've had some listens out there in the Great Britain area. So thanks, guys.
G8 UK.
Yep.
GR8.
Great Britain. Great UK. All right.
I was gonna look this up, but I didn't. Uncharted 4 was the most nominated game for the Game Awards in 2016. So that's fun. That's a little fact there for you.
Still need to play it.
It's right there.
I know. I still need to play it. I want to buy it.
Remember
I don't have
when
money.
you bought No Man's Sky and you could have gotten Uncharted 4?
I know. That was a wrong decision. That was the wrong decision.
I don't know. How do I address that?
I don't know. Well,
it's like you went on a limb to buy No Man's Sky.
I did.
And you're like, this could be good or this could be bad.
This could be
Uncharted 4,
game.
and you're like, this is going to be incredible.
It's going to be awesome.
No matter what.
Right.
And you decided to go with the risky solution.
I know.
The risky business.
You know, it's one of those things where you hope you learn from it.
I don't think you have.
I don't know if I have either. We'll see in the future. I don't know. I should have just gotten Uncharted 4.
Agreed.
Oh well.
Emilia Clarke joins the cast of the Han Solo movie.
I'm so excited. Yeah, I saw this too.
Emilia Clarke, also known as
Daenerys Targaryen, first of her name, true king of the Andals and the First Men.
Break her up, chains. Mother of Dragons.
Oh my gosh, you
Firelord.
have even more! Oh my gosh, it's Game of Thrones. She's the blonde chick with the dragons.
Yep.
So we did the really intense title, and then we just gave you the bland title.
That's who she is. She's the one
awesome.
she's the one that's always caught on fire.
Yep.
She has the dragons.
She's the girl on fire. Oh, wait, no.
This girl is on fire.
Yes.
Anyway, she's not originally blonde, so when you
She's
don't
not.
see a blonde girl in the Harrison Ford movie or in
don't be
the Han
surprised.
Solo movie, don't be like,
She has,
said she was going to be in here.
She has like dark brown hair.
She does.
And she looks completely different when she has brown hair.
She
than
does.
blonde.
It's so weird. Anyway, she's going to be in there with, what's his name? Childish Gambino.
I know it. Danny Glover Jr.
Danny Glover. Dong Glover.
Donnie Glover is what it is, not... I can't remember. It's
Donald.
It's the old Glover's son. If you remember him.
Donald Glover.
There it is.
Donald Glover is going to be in there.
Lando.
And whoever Han Solo is. That German last name.
That one guy.
All three of them.
I'll know him once the movie gets closer.
I hope so.
I'm just like... I'm about ready to download Star Wars Catalyst, which is the book that sets up Rogue One. And I'm about to read that.
Oh?
So I'm going to see that. I'm going to read that book before.
Have you been watching Westworld?
No. I haven't seen it since episode 3.
Oh my gosh!
Is it good? Has it
Episode 8 just came out. Yesterday.
Is it worth getting back into?
Yes. I'm very much enjoying it.
Okay.
I also had the realization that every Pokemon world is a Westworld.
I saw this.
More so than any other video game.
How so? Explain your reasoning.
So, my first reasoning was like, Westworld is a Bethesda game. But if you're playing as the main character, you can get hurt, you can get killed.
Right.
But Pokemon, the main character, like other than Ash, which could be a host, the character you play as never gets hurt. Mm-hmm. It's only the Pokemon. Right. So the Pokemon are hosts, then they fight. It makes more sense.
It could totally make sense that way.
It makes more sense. And whenever you start a new game, people always say the exact same thing. So that's like restarting the Westworld theme.
This is really well thought out.
There's other things I can't remember. Ash, I firmly believe that Ash is a host, and he's programmed to always like come in second at the Pokemon League, no matter what.
Really?
It also makes sense as to why Pokemon can hurt other Pokemon because they're all hosts, and hosts do that all the time.
And hosts won't ever hurt you.
And then, well, they can't kill you. They can hurt you. They won't hurt you enough to leave a mark. But then also, the Pokemon Center is when they take them like underground to fix them. Because in the show, like specifically when Ash tries to rescue Charmander, he takes him to the Pokemon Center and it takes like all night to fix him. But sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's real quick. Also, Nurse Joy and Detective or Officer Jenny always are exactly the same.
They're always the same. Because they're the same host over and over again. Every time. Every year. Oh my gosh.
More so than a Bethesda game. Only because you get hurt in Bethesda games.
You do. You can die real easy. Real easy. Just go mess with like a dragon when you're level like 5. Think you're all big and bad. Or one of those giant guys. I remember the first time I took on an ice giant or whatever.
Ugh.
I just like flew up in the air really high. He just like knocked me.
Standard.
I was so dead.
Ugh. Super dead.
I was 100% dead at least. Yeah, cool.
Oh my gosh.
This next one I think you're excited for.
I just saw it today. You tweeted it yesterday, but I just saw it today, and it literally makes me the happiest I've ever been. This is not my original thought. I got this thought from listening to P.S. I Love You.
Okay.
But I wholeheartedly agree, and this is a point that's been to some contention between us.
A little bit.
Because you didn't think it was going to be as big as it is.
I mean,
if I remember correctly.
I said the day one patch will be smaller if they delay it than what it would be before.
We're talking about Final Fantasy 15.
There it is.
Final Fantasy 15 has broken street dates in South America. It's scheduled to be released in 7 days.
Yep.
Or 8 days. November 29th.
Bum, bum, bum.
So next Tuesday. However, it has been released early on some places in South America. People are reporting spoilers on the web, and Square Enix has made a what do you call it?
Public announcement.
A public announcement. We'll do a PSA.
A press release.
A press release saying, "Hey, look, people got this early. Be on the lookout for spoilers. We don't want the game to be spoiled for you."
Yeah.
So good on them. But also, they announced that there's a day one patch for Final Fantasy 15 of 7.2 gigs.
Oh my gosh, that's huge! Huge. They weren't done with the game.
The whole... Okay, so Final Fantasy 15 was supposed to be released like 7 years ago.
A long time ago.
However, the most recent delay, it was supposed to be released in August, I believe.
Yeah.
Or something like that. It got delayed to the end of November because the director behind it said, we're done with the core game. The group we have working on it is working on a day one patch. And he said, you know what? I don't want this game to be out, to be pushed out without I don't want them... I want the day one patch in the game to be combined on the disc.
Yeah.
This is the reason for the delay. That's 2-month delay.
That was what was announced.
That's what he said. Verbatim. Not verbatim. I'm paraphrasing.
He's paraphrasing for sure.
I don't speak Japanese.
You don't. I'd like to see you try one day.
No.
Though.
Konnichiwa.
Hyundai Mitsubishi. Yeah, and there was one. And 7 gigs.
There's a huge one.
You know, if it was like a gig or less, I would have been like, yeah, see, that makes perfect sense. That's a small one. 7 gigs is not a small patch. 7 gigs is the size of some games.
Yep. So what did they do in their time? And those extra 2 months?
They were not done with the game, is what that sounds like. That means that or they had like... Maybe they looked at it and said, this day one patch is going to have to be like 30 gigs because we have so much of the core stuff we got to fix. So then he was like, yeah, we'll just say that it'll sound a lot better if we just do it this way, which is technically true. Maybe they didn't need to do it for the day one patch so that way they could actually have people download it because it was so big. It's so freaking big.
Maybe.
I don't
know. Have you seen... So Conan OBrien, one of my favorite talk show hosts.
I have this video... ready. I want to watch it. I haven't put it in my
later.
Yeah, watch for later, and I haven't seen it yet.
Where Conan plays this with Elijah Wood. Such a you need to watch the video.
I want to watch it really bad.
It's so funny. Conan OBrien does the Clueless Gamer series where he just plays video games
and he just makes fun of everyone.
And he makes fun of things, and it's funny because you get a reaction of somebody that's like 50 years old.
Right.
So sometimes he's like, "This game is awesome. Like this is so cool."
Yeah.
Sometimes, when he gets his hands on Final Fantasy 15, he's just like, this is a mess. Like, why is any of this happening? Like, he tears this game apart. And I'm going to spoil a little bit of the video for you.
Okay.
There's a boss in the game, in Final Fantasy 15, that takes 72 hours to defeat.
Like, of in-game time?
No.
It's
of real-life time.
What do you mean?
I assume... They didn't go into it because obviously it's Conan. They don't really care.
Yeah.
But what I assume it means is you can like start this.
Yeah.
And maybe like the clock ticks as average. So if you started on Monday, come back on Thursday, and you can defeat the boss.
That's so weird. Why is there time stuff?
I don't understand. But if you the listener watches the video, you'll see that. If you just didn't watch the video, which I assume you'll do as soon as we're done, you'll be like, why is this happening?
I've heard nothing about that until just
now. It's a thing.
Like real life time stuff. The only game I've heard that does real life time stuff that I've played or want to play is
Pokemon?
Eve. The only way you get better in Eve is you just let time go by, and it trains your skills for you. That's the only time. And I thought it was so weird at first, and now I like it.
No, it's like this makes sense.
Yeah.
Good old daycare. Pokemon daycare.
Yeah. That too.
It actually has to do with steps taken in game. But the day and night cycle in Pokemon. It's the first day and night cycle I remember. So that's Final Fantasy 15 for you. Day one patch. What does this mean for one of our favorite topics? Kingdom Hearts 3. Anything? Look, are these related?
We're still not even assuming that game's actually coming out.
That's true.
I'm not convinced.
I think I saw an official statement that said Kingdom Hearts 2.9 will not be a game before Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out.
Who said that?
Square Enix or something.
Square Enix said that?
So,
I don't believe it.
2.8 is the game that's coming out here in December. And they had to go on record and say 2.9. We're going to tenths of a game. They're going to say this game is not coming out.
This is like, case in point, the reason I'm so frustrated about this game.
Kingdom Hearts?
Just the whole series, the whole franchise. Like, having one 2.5 game in your entire line is fine to me. Like, you can have one.
Yeah.
1.5.
Lion King 1.5?
Like, X-Men 1.5. Remember that? Or was it 2.5? I can't remember. There was an X-Men movie that came out like on DVD that was like before the next one came out, and it had like a bunch of extended stuff in it.
I don't remember.
I can't remember either. Either way, you'd have one.
Fallout New Vegas is Fallout 3.5.
And they've had all these freaking confusing mobile games like 365 divided by 2. Why don't you just do the math for me, okay? I don't want to do that math. Oh my gosh. Birth by Sleep. Maybe a good one. I don't know. I've heard good things about it.
Then they're also...
Dream Drop Distance.
They're also...
What the cuss is all this
stuff?
The
2.8 is coming out in December. They're doing a remastered of everything that's coming out in March. That's going to be on PS4. So not only is it 2.8, but the one in March is going to encompass everything in 2.8 plus everything else.
Then why would you buy 2.8? Oh my gosh. I hate whoever's in charge of Kingdom Hearts. Stop it!
Tetsuya Nomura.
Stop it.
Remember correctly.
Stop it. Just stop it. It's so frustrating. Stop destroying the series that I grew up loving.
Because of 2 games.
Really. I mean, 1 and 2 were so good. I love 1 and 2 so much.
You'll never take Kyrie's heart?
My papu fruit. The little star fruit.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm so frustrated with them right now. I'm feeling it.
You want to tread softly over this Watch Dogs 2 news?
Yeah, I'll tread very softly. Watch Dogs 2 had a little bit of a mishap in one of their a streamer who was playing the game.